principle here is make more videos. There's a very simple way to get clients without paying for ads. I know you're probably sick and tired of paying Google ads and Meta ads, but there is other ways, and there are other ways that you can do it without paying them. And I'm going to tell you how exactly. So, you ready? Post more videos. If you post more videos, you're increasing the likelihood that clients, prospects are going to find you. These platforms that we scroll on and watch content on all day, every day, they're free to upload. There is literally no cost to upload a video. You have to pay with your time, absolutely. You might have some energy costs, right, to pay for your lights and run your internet. But apart from those costs, it is free. Now, you've probably seen many creators or brands, for that matter, pop up on your algorithm a lot. And the reason why they do is because they're posting a lot more than the average person. I've seen it myself. I have a TikTok channel with 11,500 people, and I've tested on TikTok for the past 3 years now across multiple channels, multiple millions of views, over 10 million views across multiple channels. Okay. So I've seen the patterns. I've been in all of the monetization programs, and I've actually witnessed the changes that happen when you post more. What happens is this: people's For You pages, for example, on short form, you keep popping up. You go in live every day, you keep popping up. Every time someone opens that app and you're live, people see that, they remember that. They're like, oh, this guy was live yesterday. This guy was live an hour ago when I opened it. So it's just, you're living rent free in the mind of the user of that platform. So it's a very easy strategy when you think about it, which is just volume. And you hear other creators, big creators, Gary Vee, people like that, talk about volume. And they're right. If you post once every day, you've got one chance. It's just numbers. If you post 25, 35 times a day, you've got 35 times more chance of being seen. It really just comes down to numbers. Now, you've got to figure out as a business, what strategy and what format is going to make sense for you content-wise. Well, once you've figured that out, it tends to get a lot easier because you can just rinse and repeat. For example, on my channel, I have been doing case studies. I have been doing business movies, right? I've been doing just no edits. I'm trying different techniques to get the message out. But I am making sure that I post every single day on my YouTube. YouTube is slightly different. Obviously, it's longer videos, takes a lot more planning, etc. Got to set up cameras, lighting, whatever. But even still, I'm aiming to do 1 to 3 videos on YouTube because I've found that, and by testing this, by the way, if I took the same principles from short form, which is 10 posts, 15 posts, sometimes I've done 100 posts in a day. I've literally tested that on TikTok multiple times and on Instagram multiple times. And you tend to learn a lot more, a lot faster, because the time horizon has actually shrunk. Because rather than you say, I'm going to do 100 video posts over the next 90 days, that's 90 days. That's 3 months to actually get the feedback. I don't want that. As a creator, I want fast feedback loops. I want to be able to know which videos make the most sense. I want to know which videos are bringing in the most revenue, which is what I can do with first party. I'll put a little something up on the screen here and you can see. You can actually see which videos brought in clients, which videos brought in newsletter subscribers, right? Which people subscribe to me on my Brilliant page, right? Which people bought something. I can know all of that information. But I want to get fast feedback loops. I want to be able to put a bunch of content out and then see. I don't want to wait, because waiting just delays the data. Waiting delays you figuring out what you should do next. And because things are moving so quickly in the creator economy, it would make sense to be putting out a lot more content. Because again, you're getting feedback. You're seeing what people are gravitating to. You're seeing how the algorithm is pushing you. And it just goes for the same rule across all platforms. And just think about the logic, okay? All of these discovery platforms want you to post. The more you stay on their platform, the better it is for you and for them. So it's a win-win. They want more people, you want more views and eyeballs on your content. So if you just post more, then naturally the platform is designed to show you more so than the guy who posts once a month. It really just comes down to the numbers. And if you just think for your business, like, okay, what can we do that's repeated and not low effort? I'm not saying that, because you want to put effort and energy into it. It has to be good, okay? Even if you're experimenting, you still want to make it good. And this is what I tell brand deals. I'm like, okay, if you want to work with me, then the content that I'm going to make has to be good. I'm not just going to read a paragraph for 30 seconds and expect people to buy that, because I don't. So I would never make something like that. I'm just skipping. Every time it's boring, I just skip, skip, skip. Don't want to see that. But you can get clients without paying for ads by just literally posting more and better videos, more volume. Because most people, even still in 2026, even still today, they're scared of posting more. And it's kind of like, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's like, what's the point just posting once? Because that's not going to be seen by anybody, really. And how competitive videos are today, right? It makes no sense whatsoever to only post once, because you're not giving yourself the best possible chance. It's kind of like a waste of time, to be honest. And this is why I experiment so much, because I'm like, I need to know what works. I need to see which content is moving the needle. And I can only do that by posting more. Is it tiring? Absolutely. You know, it's late in the day. I've had meetings, I've had dev work to do, but I'm still posting my YouTube video. I'm not stopping, right? I'm not stopping. It has to become a priority for your business to post every single day. And if you got a team, even better, because you could train someone, or you could have someone like me train your team and then train you how to use first party and how to analyze all of that. It becomes a win for you because you've actually got human resources. But as a solopreneur, okay, you have to be very nimble. You have to be very smart with your time. So of course, YouTube is, the gold standard of content. Then anything additions to that, such as TikTok or Instagram, right? I'm just going crazy with that. I'm just going to be, all right, I'm just going to post 15 videos. Well, 15 videos, Santino, that sounds like a lot. No, it's not. It's 15 minutes. 1 minute, 15 times. If you then want to get really granular, you're going to do 50 minutes on TikTok. Then you're going to do 50 minutes separately to Instagram. And then you're probably going to be thinking, yeah, but why don't I just take the video from TikTok? No. Because when you do that, all you are doing is copying a style which doesn't work for that platform. Some video works, and I can tell you by testing it. I did 100 videos on TikTok. I did 100 of the same video without editing on Instagram. The results were very, very different. I think I had maybe 2% of outliers on Instagram. TikTok, nothing. And when I say outliers, I'm talking about a basic real 100 views, let's say, to 2,000 views, right? That was like an outlier. But with TikTok, the algorithm works differently. So even if you edit outside of their platform, it's not always great. But you can leverage these strategies and kind of taper off your ad spend over time because you're posting more. And specifically on YouTube, which is what, I profess here, very, very strongly. I'm saying that if you post 10,000 hours worth of content, it's unreasonable that your business is going to be unsuccessful. It's unreasonable. Like it's just a mathematical formula here. It's like, well, it's hours, effort, energy, content, quality. And the fact that you do more hours than most people, the average people, are not doing 10 to 15 posts a day or 7 YouTube videos a week. Most people are going to say, I'm just going to do one. And it's like, okay, well, I've seen the data even with Alfino. I'll put some things up on the screen. I'd look at all these creators. This is another one of my software programs. I've been tracking, I think it's about 98 or 97 creators over the past 18 months, made around $300,000 unrealized gains from those particular trades and those investments in those creators. Okay, not directly, by the way, indirectly. I can actually see which creators win because of the data that we've got. And what I've seen is that the ones who tend to win the most post more videos. They're the kind of creators that you see with like 1,000, 2,000 videos on the channel, and your mind is blown. You're thinking, how do they post so many? Well, they literally was posting every day, sometimes 3, 4 times a day. Long videos, 30 minutes, 20 minutes, 50 minutes, 10 minutes, 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 9 minutes, 50 minutes, an hour, 2 hours, 5-hour course, right? People are really, really experimenting with what they can do with these platforms. And you'll probably see on my channel, maybe video 90 or 100 or sooner, I'm not sure yet. But it will be a 4, 5, 6-hour masterclass of all the software, all the things that I use to track the creator economy and to run my business as a solopreneur. So you've just got to make more videos, guys. If you're a business and you don't have a YouTube channel, make one. Second, if you don't want to pay for advertisements anymore, I would say if you're paying, keep paying a little bit, but just keep making more videos. And on top of that, the strategy today is organic content on one side, then you've got paid content on the other. The organic dictates to you where you should pump the marketing dollars. So that example I gave you before, where I said there was a 2% of outliers, those are the videos that I would run ads to. That is the kind of ratio that you're looking for. You're looking for that one video that stands out above the rest and it makes sense. It's like, well, the data has told me that more people like this video. For whatever reason, doesn't matter. This is the video I should put some money behind. But you only get those insights when you put out a lot of videos. One video a week, one social short form post a day, every 3 days. Guys, it's just not going to move the needle. And there's literally, I would even go as far as saying, there's just no point. If you're just posting once a week, just forget it. You might as well just not bother. So I'm trying to tell you, just post more. And we are in an interest media landscape. We are in a volume-based landscape because so many people are putting stuff out. So you have no choice if you want to compete, that is, with your business. You have no choice but to post more. All those creators that you see, all those brands that you see on whatever platform it is, they're essentially living rent-free in your mind. And you know why? It's because you've consumed so much of their content. And after a while, this is why Google talks about the 7 hours of touch points, before a customer actually buys something. It's because the person is living rent-free in your brain. Like whether you like it or not, and whether I like it or not, there are creators I could think of right now who are living rent-free in my mind because I've seen so much of their content. They're just there. You know that feeling when there's just things that you're thinking about, it's just there, it's right there, and you cannot shake it. And I can see these creators literally in front of me. That's why I'm laughing, because I know who comes to mind straight away. That's how you want to get with your brand. That's how you're going to actually cut through. That is how you're going to reduce paying for ads. And look at the case studies on my channel. You'll see a lot of these businesses started to do specific types of content on YouTube, and then they started to generate leads. If you're a creator, you might be generating brand deals by popping up on the algorithm. Who's going to come up more in the search? The guy with one video or the guy with 55 videos on the same subject? Of course, that latter guy is going to show up. And you wonder why, brands can reach out to you when you don't have monetization, you don't have even 1,000 subscribers. You might have seen videos like that. How to get a brand deal with less than 1,000 subs. It's because they was posting content and they harvesting the traffic in the right ways. So what I do with the products I make, which is first party, I ensure that you, as a business owner, can manage all of this creativity that you're doing in a very cohesive way. There's no leaks that happens in this engine I call first party. You know why? Because I've designed it in such a way that it will only aid your creativity and it will give you more time to be creative. Because the less you are thinking about funnels and email lists and email campaigns and wait lists and where people watching my content, what marketing works, where they clicking, right? You don't have to think about all of that with first party. All you have to do is upload your content, set up a few things, and then make content and put those traffic links on the video. That's all you have to do. And once you start to get traffic in, then you start to see the engine come to life because it's showing you, okay, we're getting Instagram traffic, we're getting bookings from YouTube, we're getting bookings from this, right? Because you can put the links and the information, those entry points, wherever you're putting out content. So like now, I can do, depending on my day, maybe 1 to 3 videos every day on YouTube. That is literally my goal, as I said, because everything else is automated. I know once I put the content out, I don't have to worry about checking things. I just get notified. Email pops up, I get a notification sound, the money counter, brrr, right, in the dashboard every time I get a booking. So I don't have to check anything. I just have to keep doing more videos. And once you subscribe and you actually watch more of my videos, you'll realize that I cover these topics, but I bounce around, a certain set of principles. And the principle here is make more videos. That's it. Just make more videos and improve them each time. And if you keep doing that, your business will get leads through YouTube. And you will use a software like First Party, which will manage all of that for you. And if you want to watch a video on that, I'll link it at the end of this one and I'll show you a full deep dive. If it sounds like something for you, simply just book a call. If you are a brand and you want to reach out to me, then just send me a DM on my page, which the link is in the bio. But I appreciate you watching this video. Just make more videos. I'll see you on the next one.